Hello, welcome to another session. So, in the previous session, we have seen the construction of prism and pyramid. Prism and pyramid when the axis is perpendicular to HP. So, now in this session, we will see the construction. We will see the construction of a cylinder and a cone. Cylinder and a cone when the axis is perpendicular to HP. So now let us solve this problem. Draw the projections of a cylinder of diameter 50 mm and height 60 mm which is resting on ground on its base. Here direct in this problem it is not directly given that axis is perpendicular to HP. You should know that when the cylinder is resting with its base on the ground, that means axis is perpendicular to HP or perpendicular to the ground. So in this position, so what is the diameter given? 50 mm and what is the height given is 60 mm. So now, as the axis is perpendicular to HP, already you know that when the axis is perpendicular to HP in the solids, the true shape is obtained in the top view. Now first we have to draw the top view. So now here the object is a cylinder. So before constructing the cylinder, first you have to draw the axis lines, horizontal axis and vertical axis lines. Then using compass, I have already drawn here using compass. So cylinder diameter is 50 mm and the radius should take 25 mm as radius, and the intersection of these two axes as center, and you have to draw the circle. Right. After drawing the circle, now make a habit of dividing the circle. But actually, for this simple projections, circle, no need of dividing the circle. But have to in the further problems, it is required. For that, from now itself, you make the habit of dividing the circle. That is in the top view. Now let me take 8 equal parts: 45 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, then 135 degrees and 180 degrees. So after marking the points, you have to join all these points, but all these points joining also not necessary. Just even if you mark the points on the circumference of the circle, that is more than enough. But now I am joining with very thin lines, very thin lines. So like this, very thin line. Like this. And here axis line. Center line. Then similarly, this is horizontal axis line or center line. So now we have joined all these parts. So thick lines not needed, very thin line. Just for your visible, I am making little. After this, you have to draw the XY line. You have to draw XY line. So now at certain distance, here if the distance is given, draw the XY line at a given distance. But if it is not given, conveniently you can draw the XY line. But try to maintain minimum 15-20 mm distance between the views. Okay, now this is the XY line and XY line. Right. Now we have to project the points on the circle. So before projecting, mark the notations. So here the notations will be. So I am taking like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Okay. So as the cylinder is not having any edges, we can take any number of divisions. But here I am taking 8 divisions. Now project the points the projectors from these points, and the height given here, it is how much? Height is 60 mm. First to draw one projector, then take the distance of 60 mm on this projector, then project all the other projectors from the other points up to this line, but all thin lines, all very thin lines. All these lines should be very thin, because all these are imaginary edges. The cylinder will not have any edges at all, okay, but to draw its shapes, so we want edge, therefore we are dividing the circle into 8 parts or 12 parts or 4 parts at convenient. Okay, so now only outside should be thick. It should be like a rectangle. Cylinder in front view looks like a rectangle. In top view it looks like a circle. Okay, and all other edges are thin, imaginary, thin lines. Now looking from the front, okay, even cylinder also there will be bottom points also. So that is A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1 and H1. Okay, bottom points, because cylinder will have two faces, top face and bottom face. Now looking from the front, which are visible here? A dash visible, B dash visible, C dash visible, D dash visible, E dash visible, and F dash not visible, G dash not visible, H dash not visible. Okay, these not visible, these are visible. Similarly at bottom also, A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, D1 dash, E1 dash, F1 dash bracket, G1 dash bracket, H1 dash bracket. Okay, right. Then now it completes with the top view and front view. Now we have to draw the side view. To draw the side view at convenient distance, draw the auxiliary plane, that is x dash, y dash at convenient distance, x dash, y dash, and intersection point as O. And you know, to draw the side views, so 45 degrees inclined line is required from the intersection of xy and x dash, y dash. So taking that line as reference line at 45 degrees, locate the point, then join with the O. This line at 45 degrees to draw the side views. Now you can draw the horizontal projectors as well as vertical projectors from the top view. So now here horizontal projector, all thin projectors are thin projectors, very thin. In drawing sheet you can use 2H pencil to draw these projectors, but here I am using pen, but at any cost you should not use pen on the drawing sheet at all. Okay, you can use only HB pencil and H pencil or 2H pencils. All these projectors should be very thin, like this. Then horizontal projectors. Only outside thick. After projecting, you can make it thickness. So now our projectors, thin projectors. Inside the view also thin projectors, because all these are imaginary. Like this. Okay. So if you want, you can show the arrow marks also. That's all the construction. Now you have to show the notations. Inside you are looking from the side. Looking from the side. So from side which are visible. So here according to me here it is A dash dash visible, B dash dash visible, C dash dash visible, D dash dash not visible, E dash dash not visible, E dash dash not visible, then H is visible, H dash dash visible, G dash dash visible, and in bracket F dash dash is in bracket. Okay, similarly at the bottom G1 dash dash, H1 dash dash, F1 dash dash, then A1 dash dash, E1 dash dash, B1 dash dash, D1 dash dash bracket, C1 dash dash. So that completes the construction. Okay, cylinder and the axis is perpendicular to HP. Perpendicular to HP. Right. Now coming to another one, that is cone. So it is similar to the cylinder but only with small difference. Just first time I want to show the construction of the cone also. Here let us take this problem. So draw the projections of a right circular cone of base diameter 50 mm and altitude 60 mm resting in HP such that its axis is 35 mm above HP and its base is 25 mm in front of VP. The axis of the cone is perpendicular to HP. Okay, let me change it. So here it is. So right circular cone, base diameter 50 mm and height 60 mm, resting with its base on HP. Draw the projection. Simple position. Here object is cone, resting with its base on HP. That means axis is perpendicular to HP, and the true shape is obtained in the top view. So first you have to draw the top view. So to draw the top view, first you have to draw the vertical axis line and horizontal axis line. Then taking that intersection point as center, and diameter given is 50 mm, so taking 25 mm as radius and using that intersection point and draw a thick circle. Right. Now after this here also divide the circle into 8 equal parts. So here taking the axis lines as reference lines, using protractor 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees. Right. Now you have to join all the points. Okay, all thin lines. So just you can take the point or you can join it. Initially join it, no problem. Later on you will be knowing. So instead of joining the lines, just you will mark the points on the surface of the circle. Now center line, that is axis line, it should be shown like this. So long line, gap, dash, long line, gap, dash, like this. That is how to represent the axis lines. Center line or axis line. Here also like this. Now you have divided the circle. Now you have to mark the notations. So now here again I am taking from here A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Okay. Now here for cylinder there are two faces, top face and bottom face. But for cone only base, only ABCD. Right. Now on this axis line you have to take the height given here it is 60 mm. So using scale, so mark the point at a height of 60 mm, and before that you have to draw the reference line like this at convenient distance. So here distance is not given, that means convenient distance. Mark it as X y. Okay. Now using scale on this axis line, mark a point at a distance of 60 mm, that is height 60 mm. Now you have to project the points up to the xy line only, up to xy line only. Don't project to full height, only project it up to xy line, otherwise you will be confused. Now join with this bow which is at a height of 60 mm. Now here if you want you can join these points with O, otherwise you can leave it also, no problem. You can, if you want you can join with vertex point very thin line, or even if you not joining, so no problem. Now looking from the front, okay, which is visible? A visible, A dash, B visible, B dash, C visible, C dash, D visible, D dash, E visible, E dash. Then F dash bracket, G dash bracket, H dash bracket. That's all. Now this is the top view and front view. Again to draw the side view. So in exam this type of problems will be asked for 7 marks. 7 marks. As the construction is simple, they will expect side view also. Side view also. From the beginning itself, make the habit of projections mix, make the habit of drawing side view, front view and top. Okay. They even the process is simple. You are having lot of time. When time is there, make the habit of projecting side view also. And similarly, from the intersection point, using protractor 45 degrees line, as you know, to draw the side view. Now now to draw the horizontal projectors from the top view first, from the top view. So now from C up to this 45 degrees line, very thin line. Then from B and D. Yes. From A and E. You can use axis line type or a projector, no problem. Similarly H and F, similarly from G also. Right. After this, draw these projectors up to XY line. Don't project it for the throat length. Okay. Project only up to the XY line. This axis line you can draw. Then projector, another projector. Right. Now from front view also, to get the height from front view also, the projector. Now if you want you can show the arrow marks. Right. Now going to join the edges. Here also only outside edges should be thick, not inner divisions, only outside thick. And inner part, inner division, the inner edges, that is inner end generators, you can call them as end generators. If you join, no problem. If you not join, no problem. Or join with a very thin line, very thin line. Okay. Even if you are not joining, no problem. Now notations. Looking from the side, which are visible. So to me, starting here, G dash visible, H dash visible, A dash visible, B dash visible, C dash visible. Not visible, D dash not visible, E dash not visible, F dash dash not visible. That's all. So now after this, you have to do the dimensioning. Okay. Dimensioning already you know how to do the dimensioning also. So just project this now at convenient distance, minimum 10 mm away from the object. So here very narrow arrowhead. So what is this length is how much? Height, that is 60 mm. Similarly for diameter also you can show. Even if in the data if you mention, that is also enough. But if you are having time, show it. But while mentioning dimensions, there should not be clumsy. Okay, it should be little away from the object. Minimum like this. So now that completes the construction of circular cone. So in this video, you have seen the construction of cylinder and cone. Okay, right. Thank you.